Hello everyone, petar.jacimovic here from vicanalysis.com. I want to post the update on the USD Japanese yen where I established two positions. I will also post update on the USD and the GBP/USD, my opinion on these currency pairs. Let's start with the USD Japanese yen. So this is a chart of the USD Japanese yen, the daily time frame. So I established two buying positions. I started to buy at 108.05 and 108.17. My original stop loss is right now 60 pips away from the entry price, and my first take profit level is around 110.40, which is approx 1 to 4 risk reward ratio, comparing to my risks. So stop loss is 60, I'm going for 240. My second take profit level fixed is set around 111.95, and that will be about 380 pips, but again, it's all adjustable, so I follow the flow, the market supply demand, I follow the price action, the volume, and then on that way I see if I need to exit earlier or something like that. But these are for now fixed targets. The reason why I established the buying positions on the USD Japanese yen, even you wonder, even everyone see that this is a strong downward trend, that the Japanese yen is very strong. And in the past like 9 days we got very strong supply and very consistent supply here. But again, the market, you must understand one thing, and what I'm teaching my students is to watch the price action, watch the supply demand, and never think that something can go, if let's say you have a trend or everything is downward, that you need only to trade downward. It's totally wrong. You must trade what you see, and according to the supply and demand and imbalance between them, using the volume and price action analysis. So translating this is, let's say we observe these three bars, the past 3 days. We got a strong supply of 220 pips, which is more than 3 times average for this currency pair, and that was on the high volume. It was also on the very high volume in futures market, which I will show you a little bit later. So we got some kind of selling climax and the very wide spread of the bar. So the next bar is also some kind of uptrust and supply bar, but the range of the bar, it's like 3 times lower. So we already got that lowering in the range. So, and the bar didn't close below the low of this bar. So it's just a little bit lower than this bar here. So this bar closed a little bit lower than this bar, maybe a few pips. So, but there is nothing here to do. There is just some strength potential which may come in. But the next bar, which happened yesterday, actually to reveal this puzzle for me, because this was a test bar. This is a small narrow spread of the bar closing in the middle, and it tested the supply area, so where we got this high volume activity. So for me, this is a critical signal to establish buying position, because we got a successful test and confirmation that sellers really, that they are very weak, and that almost all selling disappeared yesterday. There is no professional interest in the lower price at this stage on the USD Japanese yen right now. So that's represented buyers may step in, because this big lack of supply, as we saw in the background, and that professional money will buy it here. So I started to buy. Okay, now I will show you how it looks like on the futures market. This is the Japanese USD, so it's an inverse relationship on the futures market, in inverse quotation. So on the FX spot market we got the USD Japanese yen, here is Japanese yen USD. So here we got the buying climax, and on the spot FX we got the selling climax. So this is a buying climax, and we got a 225k traded contracts That was 3 days ago. Bar didn't close on the high. It closed off the high. I can say well of the high. So it's really closed well of the high, maybe 60-70 pips well of the high. So there is some supply, and that supply reflected the next day, because the next day actually price went to this area here. Then price back here, and it confirmed that there is still some demand present here. But this bar from yesterday, it's a clear sign for me. This is a classic no demand bar. Since the background we already got some form of the buying climax, and some and price exactly tested that top of the bar, and we saw the volume lower compared to previous two bars. Bar closed almost in the middle, and this is classic no demand bar. So for me, this is a crucial, because there is a big lack of interest for the Japanese yen. So as you see, you have the high volume, you have the strong high activity. Bar closed well off the highs. The next bar reacted lower, but the buyers managed still have some power to push this higher or lower on the US Japanese yen, because inverse relationship. And then this bar, the yesterday bar, showed me that there is no real interest here to go higher, or the US Japanese yen quotation to go lower. So we may really expect testing of this previous swing high, and that's what is also I'm aiming on the spot FX market, to catch that 200-250 pips potential move in 1-to-4 ratio. So I'm observing this, and this is how you observe. So you must use the logic and think like professional trader if you want to become a professional trader. You must understand that you can have predefined targets and so on, but the key thing is to trade according to the supply, demand, price action, and volume. Okay, so for example, this was a strong selling. I got this selling from here to here. I took some 280 pips, if you remember my USD Japanese yen trade. Anyway, for example, this one, you got a no demand bar here, and then supply came in. So this was a weakness near this cluster here, and this is why the price went 500 pips lower. But now demand stepping in, sellers lost the power, which means that the price can only go higher. Okay, at this stage here, we don't know how much higher it can go. To my targets, it can go much higher, or it can go a little bit less than my first target, and then, you know, create some weakness or something like that. We don't know that, but according to this situation right now, sellers are really exhausted. There is no professional interest. We have some climatic action in the background and widespread. So what I expect in the next days, the price can really absorb this supply and then try to test this critical resistance on the USD Japanese yen. And there I did put target there, because I don't want to chase the market, and you know, I put even below this 20-25 pips, and then it will be 1-4 ratio if this happens. And my second target again, 100, around 112, which is about 360 pips. So that's about US Japanese yen. Also, the Nikkei index is recovering. There is no further downward pressure on the Nikkei index. I can also show you that this is the Nikkei index, and as this is a daily time frame. So as you can see, there is some also testing successful here. There is some demand enter the market. You see there is no really selling pressure. The sellers are really exhausted here. So the Nikkei index also confirming that there is no interest from professionals to the stronger Japanese yen anymore at this stage. So we can expect some recovery and we'll see. Have set up targets. Now that's about the Japanese yen. Yeah, one thing also, the technical analysis tracks the past. It doesn't predict the future. So using that past activity, using the price action volume in the past, we trying to observe where the smart money and what will be the next steps of the smart money. Okay, will they buy or sell? So we use that past activity and volume and price action to try to follow the smart money and strong holders. Now let's speak about the USD. I will just alert you about some activities here. So we are in the trading range of about 6-7 days. We work in this trading range, but there is one thing here. I do not really like to, and I'm expecting lower price slowly because I see those weaknesses in the background. For example, you have the weaknesses here. This was for example, starting here, this was an uptrust. Price went higher than back here. Uptrust and some fake breakout of the previous swing highs at this stage here. We got this bar which closed in the middle. This bar closed well of the highs, well of the high. So we got weaknesses, and if this is no demand bar or something like that, the price can go to retest this and potentially go lower. So there is a very big risk for buying the USD at this stage here. I will not put any position because I still don't see any clear no demand or something like that, but there is a weaknesses. For example, look at this 4-hour time frame. Look at where this bar, there is a very strong sign of the weakness today on the 4-hour time frame. Bar close in the middle on the high volume. This must be a seller step in, and as you see, the reaction is good, and the sellers confirm the the downward pressure with this bar here. So be careful with buying Euro USD because we are also, if you watch the weekly, or we are on the critical resistance there. Look how many swing highs we got there where the price stopped. Also, one interesting thing is if you see the weekly bar, imagine this: you got a massive demand 2 weeks ago, demand of 320 pips, and look at what is the next bar. Bar closing in the middle, like doji, the neutral bar, just after the big demand. This must be that buyers got exhausted here and that sellers may step in. So be very careful when buying this currency pair. GBP USD, this one I missed because I wasn't at home at this stage here. I marked this this level, and we got everything good set up here, and the quality setup was to buy here, put the stop loss like 100 pips, and go for something like 300 pips or even 500 to 600 pips. And price reacted very good in the 2 days. You will be 1 to 2 ratio, and even more, 223 pips. Why this was a good buying signal, and why this price can reach the 61.8 expansion and later on go even to the higher correction, because we got a pretty fine cluster here, and the price went here and bar closed in the middle, about the middle here. So this was a for sure strength on the high volume came in. So this bar, also supply bar, went here, but we didn't broke the low of this previous bar, and this is a classic, this is some kind of test bar. Price went here into this and then reacting higher on the lower volume. So this is a test on the low volume, test from the cluster, test from the supply, and it's reacted very good. So pound is very strong, and be very careful if you selling this currency pair. So we may expect 1.4430, then potential retest of the swing high if we have power 1.4510, and later on 1.4690, and so on and so on. So again, these are updates for US Japanese yen, euro, and GBP USD. So US Japanese yen, euro USD, GBP USD. I covered this one. If you like my analysis, feel free to comment my video and subscribe on my YouTube channel, and also you can follow me on my thread, the Forex Factory, the Art of Trading by Petar Serbia. The important thing to remember is, again, you always must have the risk control. You never want to risk above 1%. Even I risk 0.5 in every transaction, but 1% is really maximum to risk per position. Never overextend risk. Keep the trade, keep the balance safe with the safe money management and very good risk control, and just think clever. And my advice is to really finish my mentorship program if you want to really understand what's going on in the market and to read that activity and what the smart money is doing. You can trade all financial markets, all financial instruments using this technique, which is pretty much, I combine in my analysis the Wyckoff analysis, I combine the multi-Fibonacci zones technique, I combine of course the pure price action, the supply-demand zones, the clusters, and also the volume spread analysis, which is also part of my trading. So a lot of techniques, proven techniques, I combine in the one, and I created my own, which I trade for many years successfully. So if you want to learn my method again, and don't lose time with fancy indicators, trying to find holy grail indicators or robots or stuff like that, forget about that. That's all leading you to the bad results, and that's not professional. What's really important is to understand the market, the price section, and the volume analysis. That's pretty much most important thing. And then additionally, you can use moving averages, like if you want additionally, or you can use Elliott wave theory, whatever you find additionally useful for you. But the key parts and the major thing needs to be price action and volume. That's it for this analysis. I hope you enjoyed. I wish you good trading and have a nice day.